I'm just your casual cuber. Hey everybody, it's just your casual cuber today, and I'm going to be answering cubing questions. So I'm on a website called what's it called? Let me see. It's called geeksforgeeks.org. I'll link it in the description, the site that I found these questions on. I'm going to be answering them because it'll help a lot of new cubers growing, and it's actually kind of fun for others to see what kind of questions people are asking. So let's get into this. So, 25 facts and questions about the Rubik's Cube. Now first, the Rubik's Cube is a 3D combination puzzle that was invented in 1974 by Hungarian sculptor and professor of architecture Erno Rubik. Rubik's Cube, I don't think that's even the right wording, but alright. So, let's get into this. What is the maximum number of moves required? That's highlighted right there. To solve any solvable Rubik's Cube configuration. Alright, so the maximum number is is 20. Though recently, I'll put a picture on screen of it, somebody found a way to beat that in a cubing competition with a 19.33 FMC average, which stands for fewest moves competition. So that was actually kind of tested there. So that may not be true, but I'm pretty sure that is, okay? It used to be 18, but we found out it was 20 later on. Can a single move on a Rubik's Cube change only one corner's position without affecting the rest? So a normal turn cannot, but there's something called a corner twist, which can make the cube unsolvable, but that corner, hold on. So this moves 4 corners, but if you do this, it moves just this corner. So it's really if they count that as a normal turn or not. But I'm going to say no because you can't get this in a normal solve. What is the fewest number of moves recorded to solve a Rubik's Cube officially? 16 in the FMC. It is the best ever single in an FMC competition. So I'm going to go with 16. How many possible combinations are there on a standard 3x3 Rubik's Cube? I only know the first 2 digits, but here's what I think it is. I'll pull it up on screen. 43 quintillion, 252... 43 quintillion, 252 quadrillion, 3 trillion, 852 trillion, 3 billion, 857,000 combinations is what I think is the number. I know it's 43. I know it's at least 43,252 43 quintillion, 43 quintillion, 252 quadrillion. So we'll just see. It may just say 43 quintillion. It may say the whole number. So, alright, who invented the Rubik's Cube? Erno Rubik. It literally tells us right here. Erno Rubik. So, can you solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded? How is it done? I cannot personally solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. I know how it's done, and it is possible. Very possible. I estimate about 100,000 people worldwide know how to solve one blindfolded. So what you do is you memorize 20 pieces on a Rubik's Cube. So, not counting the centers or the core, there's 20 pieces. So, there's 8 edges because this is one piece, not 2 pieces because there is one piece. These two can never be separated. And when you multiply, and since there's 8 all around the cube, that's 8 pieces. And then there's 12 edges. It's the same with 12 corners. It's the same with the edges. So all of these colors cannot split up. So this is one piece. So I'm gonna say 20 pieces. And then once you memorize all of those, you swap out. Is it the corners or is it the edges? I think it's the edges. You swap out all the edges first for the correct ones, or you flip them or something like that, I think. And then you solve the corners. No, it's vice versa. You solve the corners and then you solve the edges. I think that's how it's done. I'm sure a lot of people will be screaming at me in the comments, but actually there is no comments. But I started at Thanksgiving, okay? Alright. Alright. What is the term of a sequence of moves that, when repeated, returns a Rubik's Cube back to its original state? So, I'm not sure if they're talking about this thing where you go, because that doesn't work. Somebody just invented that just to get a lot of views. I've tried it personally myself, but there is something called the devil's algorithm that, when repeated, it'll shuffle through 63 billion. I think it'll take 63 billion years doing that to solve the cube. So, in that time, let's just say you could go ahead and try and solve a cube normally, because the average person takes about 3 hours without a tutorial. So it's illogical to use the devil's algorithm. I don't even know why it's called that. Alright. How many edges does a standard 3x3 Rubik's Cube have? So a standard 3x3 Rubik's Cube has 8 edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, it has 12. 12 edges. 12 edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That adds up to 8. And that's the answer. Alright. What is God's number for the 3x3 Rubik's Cube, and what does it represent? It represents the number of moves it takes to solve a 3x3. Any scramble can do it unless there's like a twisted corner or hold on. This may take a second to do. Or a twisted edge. But if there's not, it's 20 moves. If there is, they're going to have to untwist that edge or that corner, or else the cube will not be solvable. Alright. So where is it? Can you name the 6 numbers commonly found on a standard Rubik's Cube? Alright. I'll even blindfold myself. Hold on a second. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so there is white, yellow, blue, green, red, and orange. That are all 6 of the colors standardly found on a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. we'll see if all of these answers were correct at the end. All right. What is the primary method used by speed cubers to solve the Rubik's Cube quickly? The primary method is called the CFOP method. It's where you solve the cross, which is the C, F2L, which is the F, OLL, which is the O, and PLL, which is the P. So, what is the concept of parity in Rubik's Cube solving, and how does it affect the solving process? So, the concept of parity is when two on a 4x4 or higher cube, when a, hold on, I'll show you guys. All right. So, you don't solve it by color, you solve it by layer. But when you're at the last layer, so it's this, and this. Alright, so since these two are opposite colors, we do a special algorithm called parity, which swaps them. Voila. And that's used in the Yao method. And I don't know if it's used in Redux. It may be. Alright. What is PLL? Permutation of the last layer. Oh no. In Rubik's Cube terminology. Permutation of the last layer is... Hold on. So you solve F2L. You have... hold on. So you solve OL, which makes this whole entire side yellow. That's the only time you want to make a whole entire face that same color. And then you do one algorithm. I'm still learning all the algorithms, but there's something called two-look PLL, where you do one algorithm, which gets all the corners in place. Then you do another algorithm that solves the rest of the cube. And that's what PLL is. Not the OLL part, the PLL. Alright. How many F2L first two layer cases are there in the CFOP cross F2L, OL, and PLL method? So there is either 41 or 42. I used to think it was 42, but now I think it's 41. It would make more sense if it was 42 because that's an even number. And you're trying to find fourth side, and you're trying to do like 2 layers, which is an even number, but I think it's 41 actually. Because there's like 3 slots that you work with, so I think it's 41. Alright. Can you solve a 4x4 using the same methods as a 3x3? Depends on if they're using Redux, Yao, Hoya. Those are the top 3 methods used by solvers. Redux, and it's called reduction, but we call it Redux in cubing because it's shorter. I don't really know why people wouldn't tend to call it Redux, but what you do is you solve all the centers, then you solve all of the edges, and boom, it's a 3x3. And I don't think parity happens in that. So I'm going to say no because you have to do a few extra steps. But once you do the centers and the edges, it kind of turns into, it really is just a 3x3. So I'm going to say no to that. What is the term for Rubik's Cube pattern where only the corner pieces are twisted? I think it's called Super Flip. You may want to correct me if I'm wrong. I think I may be wrong. Maybe. I think it's a Super Flip. I hope it's a Super Flip. How many possible 2x2 Rubik's Cube combinations are there? So the number of 2x2 Rubik's Cube combinations is 3,674,000 combinations. That's the exact number, I think, that there are 2x2 Rubik's Cube combinations there are. What is the purpose of the cross and the CFOP method for solving the Rubik's Cube? So, hold on. So you solve the cross like this. Ooh, nice little free pair there. Ooh, wait. Oh, wish I was timing that. But the cross, so you don't get this pair or this pair. I just got lucky with that. Very, very, very lucky. But with this, that is the so it sets up F2L. So this edge, it's not just a white cross. This edge has to be matching the red. This edge has to be matching blue. This edge has to be matching orange, and this edge has to be matching green. All right. Can you name 3 different methods for solving a Rubik's Cube? I can name more than 3. All right. CFOP root, ZZ, ZB, one look last layer. What was it? I forgot all the rest of them, but that is 5. I passed that. What is the ZB method in solving the Rubik's Cube solving, and how is it different from other methods? So ZB method is basically CFOP, but with a lot more algorithms, which technically will make it faster. But you have to sort through over 800 algorithms in your head in the time span of, if you want to be fast, at least 2 seconds. And if you want to be top in the world, you have to do in like a fourth or like a very small fraction of a second. So what it does is you almost solve all the first 2 layers normally. So on your last pair, you change up how you solve it, and that solves a, hold on, let me complete F2L real quick. I don't know how to use the method. So you change up the way you do the last pair, and it gets a cross over here, but the colors don't match. And then you do one algorithm that will solve the whole entire rest of the cube once you do this. All right. How many pieces does a standard Rubik's Cube have in total? 20. I went over this earlier. What is the world record for the fastest time to solve a 4x4 Rubik's Cube, and who holds it? I'm going to say it's 16 seconds. I don't know like the fractions of it, and it's Max Park for sure. He uses Redux, even though in my opinion Meow is better than Redux in 4x4. But I mean, he holds a world record. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, break the world record. Timon's getting close, but I mean, what are you gonna do about it? What is the concept of look ahead in speed cubing, and why is it important? So, look ahead is when you, alright, so let's say I'm completing this pair right here. I already know how to complete it, so I'm going to go ahead and look at this pair. So it's a method used to keep you going very, very, very fast in F2L. You have to master this if you want to be a top cuber. Not even a top cuber, but like, if you even want to get into the top 1,000 in the world, you have to be very, very, very fluent in F2L. Wait, I've already done that. Can you solve a Rubik's Cube using only one hand? What is the one-handed world record? So, I'm actually making a video about 24 hours solving it one-handed. It'll be out soon. But, yes, you can. And the world record is like 5.63 seconds. So, yeah, that's really tough to beat. And if you want to have that time for normal two-handed, it would be like, you'd have to be under 3 seconds. Like, it's so insane. How does the concept of orientation and permutation apply to solving the Rubik's Cube? The concept is that you have to orientate the last layer and then permutate it. This is what I'm saying is, I'm talking mainly about the CFOP method in this video and how you use it. But for like God's number and the devil's algorithm, that's not part of the CFOP method. But yeah, I mean, what was the question? So you orientate the last layer and then you permute it. All right. Okay, this is outdated. It is not 3.47 seconds. Yeah, don't go off of this because a lot of this stuff has been proven wrong. So, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed this. Go check out some of my other cubing content. Please like and subscribe and share with others. Please. Bye.